You see as the top issues facing the county over the next 5 years?
The top issue is going to be economics. I think that we really need to focus on how we build the tax base in the county of Yolo. We need to work with the cities to make sure that we are able to do that. I think in Woodland, we've been very successful. This is actually one of the reasons I'm running for the Board of Supervisors. The individual I'm running against has voted against very important projects that have been supported by the council and have been supported by our community, and it's actually assists the county in some of the issues and problems that they're having by growing the tax base and sales tax, and some of these monies obviously are garnered by the county, especially in property, and then some of the public safety monies as well. But we need to really look at how do we assist the cities, and obviously growing within the cities, protecting farmland, and building the sales tax base, which is very minuscule in regard to the budget. The other things that we really need to do is take advantage as much as we possibly can of state and federal grants that are out there, especially when it comes to social services. This is another huge difference between my opponent and myself, who consistently votes against accepting and supporting federal grants because of budget deficit issues. And so to me, it's just unconscionable to when so many people need assistance during these hard economic times, that we could go ahead and oppose these opportunities in the county of Yolo. And so to me, the economics of things, the economic situation is the biggest issue facing the county, and we need to work with each other and the cities in trying to find solutions and opportunities for economic development within the cities, because it assists the county and it makes our communities better, and also outside of the cities, and trying to make sure that we're able to bring in for example, vegetable or producing different types of agricultural producing businesses like we have in Woodland, Mariani Company, and some of these others that I think we need to try to do as well. Hopefully, answer your question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
so, what are your top two or three issues that you would like to pursue if elected as county supervisor, and how would you solve these issues if you were in the minority on the board?
Well, there's a lot more than just top two and top three. So let me think about structure how I'm going to answer the question, because I've been walking precincts since January. I've been talking to people since January on all types of issues, and my single issue why I'm actually running is effectiveness. The effectiveness of being able to address all of the problems that the 5th District and the County of Yolo is actually facing. And we have issues, especially in the rural part, because the City of Woodland has a council. Those are the individuals that respond to the voters and are accountable to the voters, and they have someone they could turn to and actually support and address some of their issues and problems that they're facing. The people in the rural part of the county don't have anyone to turn to, and right now they have someone in office who has not been effective at all. I mean, it's not even an issue of what are some of the issues they've addressed or he has addressed. There are people that that I've been talking to that want issues addressed, such as transportation, for example. Public transportation, that expanding the public transportation to areas like Knights Landing and Dunnigan and Yolo and Esparto. There is some of it already, but it needs to be. We need to further study what the needs are of the actual 5th District. People are looking for jobs. People don't know where they could go to right now that they're looking for any types of jobs. So we need to work with our communities like Woodland to try to bring in more opportunities to create jobs within the city, and obviously within the rural part of the county as well. Healthcare services. I mean, this is one of the issues that people talk to me about all the time, trying to work with the institutions that are already present, like UC Davis, like Communicare, like Planned Parenthood, and try to have individuals out in the rural communities have access to healthcare. It's non-existent. And so those are some of the things that we need to, again, work with the County of Yolo and the rural communities and try to address some of those issues as well. Infrastructure. People are tired of paying very high costs for water and not getting any sort of benefit. And people have complained to me that their water bills, especially in Dunnigan, have gone from $10 to $60 in a matter of 6 years, and they're still getting the same bad water. So we need to make sure that we're able to bring some sort of attention to those communities like Knights Landing, like Dunnigan, and make other communities, other rural communities have been very successful in acquiring federal grants to upgrade some of their infrastructure. So I know those are the kind of four main areas that I've heard of. I could go on and on. Education is one of them. The only elementary school in Knights Landing closed down by the Woodland Joint Unified School District a couple of years ago. They didn't have a single advocate from the 5th District other than the community advocating to keep that school open. People are still very angry about that. People are disappointed about that. And, again, education is what is going to get a lot of individuals through. It's important. It should be a priority for all of our families and our kids and parents, and it is. And so we need to make sure that we're providing avenues for them to, first of all, not just look at every time there's some tough budget situations, eliminating completely programs that are going to impact the least amount of people, and that the rural areas are, that the concerns of the rural area are being addressed and are being taken into consideration and are being taken into consideration very seriously, and not just basically being left out. So effective representation is my priority, and then apart from that, all of the different issues that I've stated.